Now, your first building was in 2022.
Yes, ma'am.
It's 2025. You have how many buildings now?
Whew, 3.
My God. Okay.
3. And it has been a lot. It has
I'm
been
sure.
a struggle at first, but we got through.
Yeah.
We got through, and I just always remember that what God has for you
Hey.
will not fail.
Girl, hold on.
So.
I'm gonna drink my whole cup of water.
And I just
On that.
So when things get hard and funding is slow, I
Yeah.
just go into prayer and I'm like, Lord, it's bigger than me.
Yes, it is.
It's bigger than me. It is the young ladies whose lives are being impacted
Yes.
when they enter these doors.
Spotlights on, the moment's here. Voices of change, rising clear, leading with heart, fearless and bright, purpose and passion, light in the night. From the boardroom to the block, moving mountains, breaking locks with Taji, Sherry, we rise. Real talk, real life, real highs. So step in the light while leaders grow. This is Leaders in the Spotlight. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to another episode of Leaders in the Spotlight, where we share the highs, lows, and plot twists in leadership. I am Taiji Charity, your host. Y'all, today's guest is a trailblazer, Hall of Fame award recipient for her community service work. My friend, my girl, Miss Brittany Walker. Brittany is a purpose-driven leader. She's a social justice advocate, and she's a devoted mother of 4 whose life's mission is rooted in transforming adversity into action. My kind of girl. As the founder and CEO of Butterfly's Haven, she provides dignified housing and holistic supportive services for former foster youth, justice-impacted individuals, and families navigating homelessness, which is a big issue here in LA. Born from her own lived experience surviving domestic violence, homelessness, and the failure of broken systems, Butterfly Havens was created as a soft landing, a safe space for others to unpack trauma and rebuild their lives surrounded by love, empathy, and community, okay? For Brittany, this work is more than service. It's a sacred calling. I know that's right. With deep faith and gratitude, she honors the purpose God placed on her life by helping others rise, heal, and thrive. She needed a hero, so she became one. Enough said. Brittany, welcome to the show.
Taji.
This been a long time coming, girl. You know I've been trying, but let me tell you, Brittany has been working. Brittany has about 3 or 4 housing apartment built, 3 now.
We're about to launch our next 2. We started with 1 and working on our next 2, and we have an additional program where we do rapid rehousing for formerly incarcerated individuals.
We about to get into all of that. I love the work you're doing. I admire the work you're doing. And that last line just says it all about just who you are. I needed a hero, so I became one. Absolutely. I want to learn just a little bit about Brittany. What put you on this path of providing housing? I know you say you have lived experience, but how did you get to this place where you now have units of more than 56 apartment units for the unhoused?
It started when I was about 15, 16. Like I said,
you look 15, 16 right now, Brittany. I'm just saying.
Thank you, girl. It started back then. I was a survivor of molestation and rape. At 16, I became pregnant from that incident. Had a menstrual, didn't know that I was pregnant for about 5 months. So having an abortion was not an option, but also just my belief and faith in God.
Yeah.
And my family rooted in Christianity. It wasn't an option either. So when I found out, it was, I'm going to protect my child more than I possibly can ever imagine. I used to run away from home and no one asked why. It was just assumed that I wanted to be fast. That wasn't the case. Fast forward, married at 18 to someone I thought that was like my knight in shining armor. Turned out to be the exact opposite. had 2 additional children at the time during this course of marriage, and I stayed because growing up I watched like the Cosbys and all the shows that taught us like we should be in a 2-family household, even though those relationships were healthy relationships.
Yeah, right.
I was caught up in the concept of we need to have 2-family households. So regardless of the verbal abuse, the mental abuse, the physical abuse, I tried to find the highlights of when days were good and not so bad. So I stayed longer than I should have. It wasn't until I noticed one morning that my boys were being aggressive to my daughter. And my daughter was like not aggressive back. She like was more timid. And I was like, oh no, this is a reflection of what I'm going through.
Oh, wow.
And that was like my breaking point. And I was like, yeah, I got to get out of here. And I chose to leave. And I packed up and took me and my children and moved back to LA. I was isolated in the Antelope Valley with my ex-husband and like his family. So I decided to just come back, leave everything, come back. And thinking back to when I was 16 and pregnant, I ended up staying for a short period at a shelter called Angel's Flight in Alvarado area in East LA. And during that time, it was a lot of former foster youth and children that had been in the foster care system that were placed there for safety. And at that point, the social worker was trying to get me to enter into the foster care system. But when we would have group, all the youth would say that they were not safe in the foster homes they were placed in, and that's why they were at this flight. It was called a safe flight center.
So she was trying to get you to put your kids in
myself.
Really? But you were an adult.
No, at 16, I'm talking.
When you first,
I went back. So at 16, when I was pregnant, I went there, and that's where I first envisioned, like, oh no, we got to change our system.
Yeah.
Fast forward back to now that I'm experiencing my own homelessness, leaving domestic violence. I start reaching out to shelters. There weren't any that would take a family of 4. They would tell me, well, we only take families of 3. Do you have someone one of your children can go to?
Girls. Okay.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not leaving any of my children.
Right.
I had a savings, so I did like stay in a hotel. I was bougie back then, so I was like at the Hilton and the Embassy and stuff by LAX. But that depleted my savings really, really quickly. I was working when my kids were in school. I was then able to like navigate trying to find like different hotels for the night. Eventually someone called Children's Services on me because we were homeless. Social workers came out, did their investigation, eventually closed the case because at the end of the day, there was no neglect. We just were unhoused.
Yeah.
My brother at the time was reaching out to me like, Brittany, I heard you're back in LA, go apply for this job. I was like, yeah, I don't want to work anywhere else, but okay. So I didn't take heed to his calling. I was like, yeah, no. And I just kept going on. I didn't tell him I was experiencing homelessness either right away. And about 3 calls, 3 weeks in, he was like, why have you not went and applied? The first time I broke down, I was like, I don't want a job because I'm your little sister. Major false sense of pride.
Would be in his company? Was he trying to get you?
It was someone he knew. They were hiring for a receptionist position.
Okay.
And I just was like, I don't want to try and fill his shoes. They're huge.
Right.
I don't want to be Prophet's little sister. I'm trying to figure it out.
Your brother's name is Prophet? Okay.
Yes. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to figure this out. Eventually, I couldn't afford the Hilton and the Embassy anymore. So now we're hanging out at Chuck E. Cheese in the park till my children fall asleep. Then I would go get hotels that are about $60 for 2 to 3 hours and lay our blankets out, make sure they shower, and we're back at it again. He called again and he was like, what is your issue? I said, P, I don't even know where me and my kids are sleeping tonight. I'm down to my last $150. I don't care about another job right now.
Wow.
He said, what? Why haven't you told me this? And I was like, because I was navigating my own life. This is what I chose to stay in. This is where it's placed me, and I'm dealing with it. He said, you can come live with me. We're going to wake up at 4 a.m. and go back work out. Back then, I was 100 pounds soaking wet. I'm not working up at 4 a.m. to work out with nobody. He said, you'll have an 8 o'clock curfew. We'll eat dinner at 6 as a family. You can't have a boyfriend. All the stuff I thought was insane. Okay, big brother. I was like, I'm not going to jail. Thank you, but no thank you. I'll stay in my car. So through his frustration, he reached out to someone that eventually was able to get me into Upper Bound House. Upper Bound House is a program in Santa Monica. They have some now across Los Angeles, but I was blessed to be at their location in Santa Monica, which gave me a beautiful 1-bedroom apartment on like 10th Street in Santa Monica near the beach.
Nice.
It was beautiful. Back then, it was no such thing as harm reduction or housing first model. So they were really big on their rules. Still had an 8 o'clock curfew. Could not work overnight, even if like I had the option to. Excuse me, they didn't believe in working with your schedule. You had to have a job that you were off at before 8 o'clock. Okay. Then after that, it was the alcohol and drug testing. They were big on that. I never had substance abuse issue. So it was dehumanizing walking in, having to get my cheeks swabbed and pee in a cup with my children right there before I go into this beautiful 1-bedroom apartment. Yeah. And I was like, Lord, I just want to stabilize, so I'm going to go through this. I was there. They required us to save 75% of our income. They had access to a closet where you can go grocery shopping, you can get clothes, whatever it is you needed. I said, Lord, I'm going to take full advantage of this program. And I saved every dollar outside of $150, which was my car insurance and my phone bill. And it was a young lady named Miss Paula. She became my mentor during that time. We used to have a joke. I would see her when I come in. I'd be like, have you found me housing? She'd be like, Brittany, go sit down. You'll be here 2 years. I'm like, lady, I am going to be out of here in a few months. Went through the program, exited the program within 8 months, and received supportive housing. During that time while I was there, another part of their program rules was we were not allowed to talk to each other because of perceived drama that could occur in community.
Really?
Yes. So during that time, I started what I call Mothers Strengthening Mothers. And I sent the letter around to the community members and I said, hey, you guys, I know we're not supposed to talk to each other, but it's insane. We all need community. And if you would like to find time to just unwind on a Friday, talk about our issues, I have a plan. Meet me in the library. It was a beautiful library that has a playground on outside of the sliding doors. And I said, well, read to our children for 15 minutes. That is your commitment to being a part of this sisterhood. And after we read to our children, we can then socialize and talk about our issues, try to find solutions amongst each other. And it'll also trick the cameras. So if we're ever asked, we're reading to our children. Miss Paula came in like after 3 weeks of it happening. She's like, what are y'all doing in that library? I said, girl, we reading to our kids. Don't you see us reading to? Check the cameras. And she was like, you up to something, Brittany. Then eventually I told her. And when I exited the program, I reached back out to her and I said, hey, do you have any young ladies that would benefit from coming to a support group? At this time, Prophet lived in Playa, and he opened his home for us to host our event. And at that event, we had brunch. We had massage therapists come in and do massages. The children were watched at the park that was directly across from his building, so that all the parents have eyes on their children. And I shared my story from where I had started from as a child at 16 to surviving domestic violence. To at that time, I eventually took the offer of the job that my brother kept telling me to go get, and I was thriving.
And what job was that?
It was actually Martin Outdoor Media. I was working as a receptionist for the bus bench advertisement company. So all the bus benches that have the advertisement, I was the one that told our staff to place the ads at. I will reach out and be the city liaison to make sure we're cleaning the sites, etc.
Okay, pause on that. I just have to know this. Does Butterflies Haven have a bench with y'all promo on it?
Don't.
Okay. All right, got you.
I'm looking into it. I actually was told that if needed, to follow up with them. And
I love
work
it.
out a deal. So
Okay. All right. So back to.
I don't have one yet.
No worries. So back to Profits, which is your brother's property. Is your brother
No,
into?
it's not his property.
Oh, it wasn't.
Mm-mm. So what happened was, while now I was working. Oh, at his house, you're saying?
At his house, yes.
We're at his house, yes. We were having the mother support group. Prophet used to always tell me, Brittany, you're not doing enough. And at that time, I was working 2 jobs and going to LMU for human resources. So I was like, what is this man talking about?
With 4 kids?
At that time, I had 3.
Okay.
And I'm like, what is this man talking about? He's crazy, off his rocker. And it wasn't until that day, though, that I realized the light bulb moment came on. I wasn't doing enough. After the event, a young lady reached out and she said, Brittany, thank you for creating space to be seen and heard, and also sharing your story. I was on the verge of self-harming myself and my child. And because I was able to hear other women going through similar things, and then also hearing how you went through it and came through it, it has given me a newfound hope.
That's good.
And in that moment, I was like, oh, I am not doing enough. Then I went to P and I said, yo, I just realized what you mean. He was like, what are you talking about? I said, I'm not doing enough. I'm working at the bus bench advertisement company and BMW when I should actually be in this work full-fledged. Like me hosting these once-a-month retreats is not going to solve the larger problem. He just smiled. He didn't say anything. And he just smiled.
He could see something in you couldn't see in yourself at the time.
Absolutely. And then I would talk to him about Butterflies Haven. I start drafting. I'm gonna do a housing, and he's a developer of treehouse communities. So
okay, so your brother is a developer. Okay,
he developed treehouse communities, which is a co-living community in Hollywood that is beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful. They have a music studio, they have an art studio, they have a rooftop, and they have little flats, large flats actually, that are shared housing. So it's 6 bedrooms and bathrooms, and then a shared kitchen space.
Okay.
And then in the larger community is a dining hall where community can come.
Nice.
And
I think we have 1 or 2 of our youth who've stayed at his facility. Yeah,
probably so, definitely. And then he launched Treehouse, and I was like, I walked when we were he was building. I would go and record, and then when it was finished, I walked through and I said, P, why can't women coming out of domestic violence and our homelessness and our foster care that are trying to figure out life have a space like this? He said, Brittany, they can create it. Stop talking to me about it at Christmas.
Wow.
Get to work. Don't come back to me until you have a plan. At this time, fast forward now, I have Crimson. That's my 6-year-old who has cerebral palsy. I have now transitioned into working at the Good Seed, which is a local youth shelter. From there, I went back full circle to Upper Bound as a case manager and housing navigator now.
Wow.
And during that time, Crimson was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and I had to take time to go to therapy. And for me, I felt as if his progress was not progressing as fast as I wanted it to. So I started to feel myself become depressed. So I started to journal, and I would journal about Butterflies Haven. In my vision, it was a 4-bedroom house with 4 participants and 6 children.
I even want to know how you came up with the name Butterflies Haven, but
so
this is so much. I got 1,000 questions, but come on, let's go.
And then through that, it was just journaling and working, and then I finally said, all right, I'm ready. I reached out. I had someone do all the analytics and all the other parts that I had no idea about in business and a business plan, pulled it all together for me, and then I incorporated. Then I went back and I said, hey, P, here you go. Here's my plan. I'm already incorporated as a nonprofit, and this is going to be my vision. He said, all right, Britt, start scheduling time with my assistant. And we started to schedule time. He wouldn't make my meetings. I was getting frustrated.
That's just like a big brother.
I was getting frustrated. And I remember on one of our meetings, we were like driving to a car lot. I'm like, he does not take me serious. What are we doing? I'm supposed to have dedicated one-on-one time. And he asked me a question. He said, Brittany, do you want to make money or do you want to help people? And without blinking an eye, I said, I want to help people. He said, okay, let's focus on that. I said, okay. And then like 3 weeks after that, we had another meeting, and he was about 2 hours late.
Oh, Lord.
I cried. I called him. I said, never mind, don't show up, I'm leaving. I called his assistant. I said, never make me another appointment with him. He does not take me serious, and I'm done with this. I will figure it out in 3 years. I prayed on my way home, driving up West Boulevard. I said, Lord, I don't know what's going on with my brother, but I don't have time to play with him. I'm going to continue to work at Upper Bound House, and I am going to figure this out in 3 years. 2 weeks later, I get a call from him while I'm at work, and I'm on lunch, and he says, what are you doing? I said, I'm on lunch. What's that crap you call butterfly stuff?
Not the
I said,
crap.
no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this today, B. What do you want? He said, well, whatever it is, meet me at the house with the kids when you get off. I said, all right, whatever. So I pull up to his house. He says, go tell Dad to get the boys in the truck with him, and you and the girls jump in the car with me. My daughter and his daughter are the same age, so they're like Siamese twins. So we get in the car. I'm like, where are we going? We're driving. He's like talking and turning his music on. And it's like 2 weeks before Christmas too, at this point, in 2021. And he says, when we arrive, we go in, beautiful place that we have on LaSalle. And my kids are like, Uncle P, we about to live together? There's a lot of space. He said, absolutely not. I offered that to your mom once before she reneged. Won't happen again. And he was like, Barrett, go look around. And I'm like walking around. I come back. I'm like, why are we here? He was like, look, I know you think I have not paid you any attention or I'm not taking you serious. But the truth is I have. And I have been diligently working on the back end to figure stuff out on how to assist you in helping people.
Wow.
He said, all the adversity you've been through, you've never given up. You've never fell victim to alcohol or drugs. I know you think I'm your hero, but you're mine.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm sorry.
Wait, tell me I was going to need some stitching. Oh, my God. Okay.
And he said, this is not my field, but I have a network of people. He said, this is not my building. I don't own it, but you have 3 days to negotiate with the owners and get them to believe in your vision the way I believe in your vision. And I will assist in funding getting you started.
Wow.
He said, my friend Charity Chandler Cole, I trust her with my life. She wanted to rent space for some of her youth at Treehouse. I actually told her I have something better. Told her all about your vision. You'll connect with her in a few days. And you'll start just meeting people. You have a meeting with PATH in 2 weeks. You need like all these things. So I was like, oh my God. Started crying. Was like, thank you. 3 days happened. I met with the owners. They wanted 19 per door at first. We went down to 12.
They wanted 19%?
No, 1,900 per door.
Oh,
and
per
it's
door.
20 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We got them down to 12. They believed in our vision. My brother also told me, he said, right now, because it was in the midst of COVID, he said, everyone is going to try and get you to focus on Skid Row homelessness housing. If that is not your niche, you do not waver for anyone.
Yeah.
You pray on it, and if it doesn't align, you let it go.
Yeah.
I said, okay. And it everything he said to me did show up at my doorsteps with,
wow.
Well, why you want to do women and children? I'm like, that's where my heart is. I'm doing women and children for sure. And then I met with Charity, full circle. Our children went to school together in elementary, so I had already knew her in essence.
We've had the pleasure of interviewing Dr. Charity Chandler Cole.
Yes, and
she sits on both of our boards.
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
She's on the board of
Absolutely.
Butterflies Haven,
Yes.
and also on the board of Kids in the Spotlight.
And her and I start meeting, and we start fleshing out program, like just programmatic stuff around like certain rules we would not incorporate, and the experiences she had and the experiences I had while navigating homelessness and different things I experienced while at the shelter as a participant. And we built out it, and that was in December. Charity and I met in January. February 1st of 22, her and I moved our first group of young ladies in.
Oh my God.
February 15th, we had our ribbon cutting together with Casa LA, and
wow. She
has been literally a monument of support and mentor for me in this space. It's been great, and we hit the ground running.
Now, your first building was in 2022.
Yes, ma'am.
It's 2025. You have how many buildings now?
3.
My God. Okay.
3. And it has been a lot. It has been a struggle at first, but we got through. We got through, and I just always remember that what God has for you will not fail.
Girl, hold on. I'm gonna drink my whole cup of water.
And I just
on that.
So when things get hard and funding is slow, I just go into prayer, and I'm like, Lord, it's bigger than me.
Yes, it is.
It's bigger than me. It is the young ladies whose lives are being impacted when they enter these doors.
Look, thank God for your brother, Prophet. I didn't know that was your brother. I think this is all recent news. I knew we had kids at this treehouse facility. I didn't know who the owner of treehouse was. Didn't know any of that. And I'm like, then I met you, and all of a sudden things started coming full circle. I'm like, what the heck? So it's just amazing to have that leadership model.
Absolutely.
And he's from a business money-making perspective. And then you come in
with
not that he's not a people, wanting to serve people.
Experience too, because at 16 he was trialed as an adult, did time, came out, ran against Mike Gibson, lost that race, and I think that was God's blessing that he did not win.
He was in the juvenile system. Wow.
And he was trialed as an adult, and then he came home, ran for state assembly, lost the race to Mike Gibson, and after that really engulfed himself in development and has been crushing it. And everything he does is in community. Like, that is something him and I share in common, is the desire to make sure that we rebuild what community is. Like, growing up, we grew up in South Central and Watts, so having come from that, we did have community. Doesn't mean it was always great community, but we also had our aunts and our grandfather that allowed us to see a different world. Our dad was engulfed in construction during that time, so we were able to see different sides of our direct community and the negativities, but also we were still a product at that time of our environment, unfortunately. But
and the best honor and best gift you can give to your community and your family is the success of what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And I want to take a moment, because when you came in today, you stated this was a tough day because this is the 1-year anniversary of your dad passing.
Absolutely.
And we just want to make space to honor your father and just the leadership and fathering of 2 amazing. Is it just you and Prophet, or do you have other
siblings? We have other siblings as well, but Prophet and I are the only 2 that share the same mom and dad.
But let me tell you, if that is not the most honoring gift that you can give to your parents, is to embody what they've taught you.
Absolutely.
And go out and make an impact in the world. I absolutely I'm overwhelmed with just all the questions and emotions and all those things. But I do want to know, how did you come up with the name of Butterfly Haven?
So I was a twin. My twin passed at birth.
Okay.
Prior to us being born, my grandmother had just passed the year before our birth.
Okay.
And my grandfather told my mom to name me Brittany Dale, because my granny name was Yuri Dale.
Okay.
And then it was supposed to be Whitney Dale. Whitney didn't make it.
Okay.
My mom named me Brittany Dale, but separated it. So my middle name is Dale, not my full name. My papa would call me Brittany Dale, or he would call me Butterfly. And I used to be like, Papa, why are you calling me Butterfly? What do you mean Butterfly? I don't fly. And he gave me the metamorphosis of a caterpillar to a butterfly. And he explained to me that after losing my grandmommy and my twin not making it, like I was the breath of fresh air and the new meaning of life. And he was like, you know, you have brought this to this family. And I was like, oh, okay. So while I was going through my own trials and tribulations of just, I'm in my caterpillar stage. I am trying to get out of this cage and cocoon. I'm trying to figure it out. And then when I start walking in my purpose, I was like, I am now this butterfly and I am flying. I was like, this is going to be butterfly saving.
Ooh, I got all the
caterpillars, and we're going to leave out butterflies, and we're going to be great. We literally are creating a space where individuals that may not see that they have a voice or understand how powerful their voice has that right and space to do so.
Yeah. Girl, they about to hold up that 5-minute sign. We just getting started. I'm just like, y'all better go sit down. But listen, let me ask you this real quickly. How big is your team? Because I know to have, you know, as many, you know, housing apartments that you own now and oversee, what is your team like, and how did you build that team?
So we are growing currently, because right now we are a powerhouse of 5. And 2 consultants, so 7.
Okay.
But we are getting ready to actually hire an additional 10.
10
staff
in what
members.
role?
We are looking for life coaches,
which are job opportunities,
which are our case managers. We just call them life coaches because we're very intentional on our language that we use.
Yeah.
We will hire a program manager and a program director.
Okay.
We are also looking for a development grant writer and development fundraiser person. And eventually we will be looking for a COO.
Okay.
Yes.
You got a lot on your plate.
Absolutely.
You got a lot, all the while being a mom of 4. Well, you make it look easy.
Listen,
I'm going to tell you, every time I see you in spaces, you be smiling, looking like you 15, 16. I'm like, I need to be drinking from the fountain of youthfulness that you drink from.
There's
okay?
a lot of prayer, lot of prayer.
Look, tell me about it. I know it. And we win our battles on our knees.
Absolutely.
Because that's where we get the strength to go out and do the work that we're doing. Well, I hope that we're able to at least get the word out, especially for the positions that you're hiring for.
Absolutely.
Again, I have so many questions. I'd like to even unpack, you know, the stuff that you had to navigate in the housing space to get all the license and the permits and all the things that you're probably dealing with because you got a new space opening up soon, right?
Absolutely.
And you're waiting for.
And I'm waiting for that one. That is the one I'm like. And the reason why I'm so excited for that one is because our youth, we did a survey with our youth. If you could see programming caked into your housing, what would that look like? What would you want? They had a host of things. The ones that ranked higher on the scale was barbering and cosmetology, a gym, a music studio and podcasting space, and also like a computer coding tech space and culinary arts. We have intentionally built these programs into the common area spaces.
Girl, you got an apartment complex with a barbershop inside? Okay.
It is the housing community. On the 3rd floor front house hosts the salon space. It has 1 barber chair, 1 hairstylist chair, and an eyelash tech space.
Girl, don't judge me if you see my application here. Do not judge me if you see an application from me.
And then on the bottom floor is the dining hall. Middle floor is like quiet space. In the back house, the 1st floor is the culinary art space. It has 6 spaces for them to learn to do like self-serve, like the chopping and all the fundamentals before they enter into the actual training. And then we have on the 2nd floor a tunnel and a Peloton bike and treadmill for them for their gym space, yoga mats. And then the 3rd floor, there's 5 spaces for computer access with MacBooks where they will begin to have access to apply for jobs, etc. But also we're looking for someone to come in and train them in coding. And then the back ADU space is being built out with our partnership through LA Beats.
Okay.
And Music to the Ears. Sketch, the DJ Sketch is building that space out, and we're going to partner with them for them to bring their curriculum and train our youth in that space of just music engineering and digital media. So,
girl, no wonder you got the Trailblazer Hall of Fame award this year.
Thank you.
You deserve that.
Thank
and
you.
Then some.
I appreciate
This is
it.
absolutely amazing. Do you have a waiting list, or do you already have all of the units occupied already?
So for the building that I just explained, we are waiting on DCFS because we're going to have 16 units designated to THP plus.
Okay. And tell us what that means for people. DCFS, the Department of Children and Family Services.
Absolutely. And THP plus is Transitional Housing Plus. So it's typically the 21 to 24-year-olds who have aged out. They still have an option to opt in to stay connected with the
staying in the system.
Services until they're 24 to receive housing assistance.
Okay.
So that we will have to cipher participants through the social workers that give them to us. We do have another wait list actually of our youth that are waiting either to get into Butterflies, Haven, LaSalle, or Woodlawn, because the remaining units will be able to continue to fill the way we do currently, which is our youth who are 18 to 30 at times, that have been impacted by the foster care system, who have probably not been impacted by the foster care system but does not have family support. Individuals that have been impacted by the judicial system. We also have our program Wings of Justice, and that consists of, for any age, male or female, we do rapid rehousing rental assistance subsidies for those participants. So as long as they have been working for 6 months, have $3,000 saved, we will pay up to $2,000 towards their security deposit. And for the first 7 months, we pay $1,000 towards their rent. And then after that, we scale out by $200 until they are then paying their full course at month 12.
Wow.
And during that time, we are intentional on making sure that while receiving the subsidy, they are saving no less than $500 a month.
Setting them up for success.
Absolutely.
And not dependency on the system.
That is our
itself.
whole motto, is changing the mindset and breaking the curse of government dependency. By the time someone leaves Butterflies Haven, the goal is they have a savings, they have a career position, and or they have completed education to where they can enter into a career field and their credit is restored. They have, at our first location, our transitional housing, it's not an 18-month program or a 6-month program. They have 36 months. So they have 3 years to gain stability. They are not required to stay the full 3, because some do it in 6, some do it in 1, some do it in 2. We just recently had a youth move out. And like I said, at our last meeting we were in together, it was one of the youth, Franco and I tag teamed together, and she moved out into permanent housing with over $30,000 saved.
$30,000, y'all.
So
look,
it is possible if they lock in.
Absolutely.
Receive the guidance. I tell them all the time, listen, we are here to uplift, empower, and give you the tools that you choose for your life. So if you tell me you want to go to school, our staff is going to figure out which schools you need to be enrolling in for where you want to go.
Support
and we'll show up and go to the financial aid meetings with you. We'll talk to your counselors with you. And we showing up at graduations.
I know that's right.
We celebrating all your wins. We do mock interviews with our participants before they go on their interviews. We make sure we sit with them, go through the applications with them, so we're really, really intentional. At Butterflies Haven LaSalle, they're required to save no less than $200 a month, but we encourage more. And more than half of our youth are actually taking advantage of that and intentionally saving. So,
girl, my soul is bubbling over. It is so full right now. Brittany, you have done so much in just a short period. If we could clone you to have more Brittany's doing this type of work with a heart of love, and really investing and making sure that our young people are set up again for success, to thrive and not depend on us. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Y'all, look.
We just need to share resources. That is how we do. No scarcity mindsets. It is a million McDonald's and Burger Kings that sit right next to each other.
I know,
and they
that's
are
right.
thriving. We are all able to do the same thing and thrive and run this race together, and the impact is more important than us organizations winning. It is about the youth that are going to come out and survive and thrive. Lock arms.
And so when you're traveling the streets of LA and our streets are not filled with unhoused individuals, you can call and say thank you to programs and organizations like Butterflies Haven. I'm just full right now. I don't even know how to end this show right now, okay? Because this has just been so rich. But I know you've heard something today that will help you, if nothing more than the job opportunities. And if you know a young person who is in need of services, please have them reach out to Butterflies Haven. If they can help you, I'm sure between their organizations and organizations like theirs and my organization, Kids in the Spotlight, we could at least point you in the right direction. So remember to do those 3 magical things: like, share, subscribe. Please share this episode with someone else, especially a young person who might be in need of some encouragement or resources, either or. That is our show for today. I'm sure we ran over, and I'm glad about it, okay? Until next time, have a great day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today. I hope you were inspired and you gained some valuable nuggets that will help you to become a better leader and to walk in your God-given authority. Bye until next time.